Good morning, students. We are on Power Up 107, page 763. So our first Power Up problem is A, estimation. Use compatible numbers to estimate the cost of 9.8 gallons of gas at $2.49, 9/10 per gallon. All right, this one seems like it's going to be challenging. But break it into pieces, okay? 9.8, we're doing estimation, so I will easily just round that number to a 10. $2.49, I'm going to round to $2.50. Don't worry about the 9/10 per gallon because guess what? That's almost a whole number, correct? So that would just be doing $2.49 or $2.50 times 10. And voila, you will get your answer. All right. B, estimation. Choose the more reasonable estimate for the weight of a sheet of 8.5 by 11-inch notebook paper. 2 grams or 2 kilograms? B, choose the more reasonable estimate for the weight of a sheet of paper 8.5 by 11 inches. 2 grams or 2 kilograms? C, percent. What is 50% of 40? What is 25% of 40? Remember, just thinking of those as the fractions that they are, what is 10% of $40? C, I will read it again. What is 50% of $40? What is 25% of $40? What is 10% of $40? These are real life problems that you will be using when you are calculating when you get a good sale. D, measurement. Sierra needs 1 quart of water to mix the frozen juice concentrate. How many times must she fill a pint container to measure out 1 quart? Ooh, you got this. D, Sierra needs 1 quart of water to mix with the frozen juice concentrate. How many times must she fill a pint container to measure out 1 quart? So how many pints are in a quart? E, measurement. Antonia needs a gallon of water to mix with detergent. How many times must she fill a quart container to measure out 1 gallon? E, Antonia needs a gallon of water to mix with detergent. How many times must she fill a quart container to measure out 1 gallon? How many quarts go in a gallon? That's all they're asking. F, geometry. 2 angles of the parallelogram each measure 75 degrees. The other 2 angles measure 105 degrees. What is the total measure of the 4 angles? A parallelogram, you should know all the measurements for a parallelogram equal up to a certain number every time. Okay. F, 2 angles of the parallelogram each measure 75 degrees. The other 2 angles each measure 105 degrees. What is the total measure of the 4 angles? G, calculation. The square root of 49 times the square root of 49. That one is a little too easy. G, the square root of 49 times the square root of 49. H, Roman numerals. We have L, X, V in our number system. L, X, V. What do they equal? All right. For our problem solving, choose an appropriate problem solving strategy to solve this problem. If a coin is flipped, there are 2 possible outcomes, heads or tails. If a coin is flipped twice, there are 4 possible outcomes, heads, then heads, heads then tails, tails then heads, or tails then tails. How many outcomes are possible for a coin that is flipped 3 times? List all the possible outcomes starting with the heads then heads then heads, then heads. Okay. So you have how many possible outcomes? Use the information that they've already given you to problem solve on this and read it on page 763. Have a great day. Bye-bye.